That's the fear that I have. I'm sure there must be ways of overcoming it. Even when you're going for an interview for a job, the company, one of the things they'll do is just put your name on Google and see what comes up. And there might be some dangerous things that you've been doing in your youth. Everything comes up, you already lost the job. So coming from our age, that's a fear that I have. How do we bridge that? How do we overcome that? I'm afraid because someone might put some. I'll give you an example. There was some years ago on Google, somebody did a Google search on my name, and there was an article on a terrorist article with my name. Right? Someone showed it to me, and I had nothing to do with it. But what happened was there was a journal in which I had written an article. And in that journal, on the same page, there was an article on terrorism. So whoever loaded that page, loaded it. So if you do a search on my name, the terrorist article comes up. So that totally frightened me. Right? Then we tried to get back to people who were in charge of those websites and things, and they said, no, we can't do anything because we didn't load it. But eventually, I think so it went off. So that's the danger part of it. You know, either things you have done in the past might just get loaded, or otherwise something unrelated. So if we can manage that, I think so there's no reason. And my sons, 2 or 3 of them are just living. So they grown up with this. And we used to type, we used to have our typewriters, and we used to, there's no delete button for typewriting, and you make a mistake, then you tear the whole page and start typing all over. All that is the thing of the past. Right? So our kids, like Muhammad and your first age, this is the in thing. You know no better than this. So we have to embrace it. But the fear of us, the older guys, is that. So how do you get people like us on board? I have to, because now that I've gone my own, I've left what I was doing before. I'm into consulting, and my website is being developed, and so forth. So I am going to be going into it, but that fear you got.
I think your answer was in your question also. The simple answer is you can't avoid things like that from happening. It does happen. The fact that your name was mistakenly identified with an article you didn't write, there's no fault of yours. But the only way to counter that is to have as much positive stuff out there so that the negative gets pushed on. When we're talking about search engine rankings, it goes pushed to page 100 or page 120. So the more you put good articles, more up-to-date things, then the more the old stuff gets pushed out. So that's the only way. Just keep putting positive stuff and things that you don't want to expose to others, put it into a private profile. But as a business person, I had those fears. To be honest, even though I'm into technology, I had those fears about what I want to put about myself online. But then I realized also that my company brand is closely associated with my personal brand. So I have to maintain, and I've got somebody that assisted me. I had this lady who's a social media expert, and she assisted me to develop my personal brand online. And that personal brand is now linked to the company brand. So there was no option for me not to go on board, because if I wanted my business to succeed, and inshallah it will, it's still a year old now, the only way is to put myself out there. That's the only way. And the more positive I put, if there is any negative connotation, let's say there's a Bilal Kathrada somewhere else in the world that's doing something wrong, I would push that down and keep all the positives up there. So when you're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and somebody does a search, you'll find at least the first 2 or 3 pages of Google will be all of that you put up, and the rest of it will just get pushed. Unless somebody is really trying to pick up something about you, more than the vast majority of people are not going to find. And the other thing is, when it comes to our youth especially, one of the problems that we saw when we came to the bad part about the internet is things like sexting. Now, a lot of youngsters get involved in that kind of thing. In fact, I had a personal experience of one student. I was teaching at that school in Escort. One of my students, and a really good student, got in a fist fight in the school. You guys must listen to this, especially the youngsters. So These are the kind of things that we are facing here in South Africa. So I called him to the office and asked him, but yeah, you're a good student. How come you got into a fist fight? I was surprised. He says, you know what, I have to tell you, I can't tell you, it's really bad. So anyways, I told him, look, you either tell me or I'm going to take this up to your father. I think his father was a very senior person in the community. So then he got scared. He told me his situation. Now here's what happened with him. Poor chap, he came to Durban for a holiday and he was with a girl doing what he's not supposed to do, and they took photos. And he left those photos on his phone, and his friends were playing on his phone and they found the photos. And what they were doing was, they saw those photos and they started blackmailing him with that. So they said, right, sorry? No, they didn't send it anywhere, they blackmailing him. They, what's the word for it? Bizaz. Oh, okay. Ibtizaz. So,
you hold something against him.
Something against him. So they say, right now, you must do our homework, you must do our assignments, because he was an intelligent boy. He was teach us everything, and they were taking advantage, and finally he flipped. He couldn't take it anymore. He got into a beat up with him. So then, now how do we resolve something like that? He did a stupid thing in his, we need to think also before we do things like that. I used blackmail to win the situation for him. I started blackmailing his blackmailers. So I called them, I said, and all of them are from good homes. I said, imagine if your father had to come to know that you are blackmailing your friend and you saw these pictures over here, what will they think? So they got scared. They said, all right, we give everything. We're not going to do this anymore. Alhamdulillah, no problem since then. But with youth, they do silly things. From the youngest age, we need to educate them. From the youngest age, we need to teach them that this is what you do online, this is what you don't. Unfortunately, in schools here in South Africa, particularly Muslim schools, you don't find that kind of education. You don't find internet education, online education. They're just not giving that kind of knowledge. But very valid and very relevant. Anything else anybody wants to add?
Just to conclude that. But for me to expand my business, I have to go. I have to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to be limited locally. So, because of the situation, you have to take that, even if you get rid of it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Also, I think usually the madrasas have to be well visited of this technological stuff. Not only that, I think even other programs about technology can also be used, especially the slides presentations and the videos, which actually give them a wider perspective of the interpretation of what happens around the world. On the point of technology alone, we find that now it's true that the youth have embraced the technology in majority, with less interest to obtain any information from the manual stuff such as the books and so on. Then the Sheikh here he spoke of the ulama still having those fears for embracing technology and providing some evidence that this is bad, and then that might be part of what contributed to majority of madrasas, maybe in that and all that. This being the case, we find that we lose automatically a lot of people to convey our once we don't embrace technology, especially for the youth in general.
Absolutely. I mean, especially the youth. So it's what I said. The youth love technology, they're into technology.
Young people see what's going on. شيخ هذه المنطقة راح تكون حق ايش؟ How are you? I hope you're good and having a good day. We have a cultural day that talks about those countries over there. If you have time, we can taste Arabic tea and Arabic coffee and. Thank you very much. I'm walking. You got?
Yes, everyone, please.
Religion, just to make whatever of this nice, high quality, good website of Islam. We try just to present all this look all this be waiting for us to support Islam, inshallah. We have few times, few hours, maybe here, other days, other Muslim in many locations in the world. They have to do something. Even one fingerprint to after we are going all to the under we go to the grave. So we have to put something because we know that we are not prophets. We are not. We do something. I just need to do something to Islam.
Would you like to speak about what you are now about Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a desert, yes. But you know, deserts bring some dates and some countries, and we have a very good behavior now.
Coffee very good too.
And coffee too. Would you like to take some coffee now? Take this one.
You could sit there, like a tent, but not in desert.
Come and join us.
He like one of them.
We have actually we are from Saudi Arabia. We are from culture day. Have some Arabic coffee and dates. If you like to try it, just yeah. And just for sure you have to come visit us. Okay? Join us for a day.
Would you like to take some coffee inside? Coffee, Arabic coffee. Sure. We have very important like next up. Also, we have a coffee and we have class if you like to take some inside. And also we'd like to show you some pictures of we have the flag. And we have some Islamic pictures. See that? Anyhow, these are your tickets.
Yes, this is Sana and this is Sania. Sania is born in Pakistan. Sana is born in South Africa.
Yeah, they told us.
Sana Mujahid Sania Mujahid
Okay. And now
I teach at the Islamic school, yeah, Durban. It's called Orient Islamic School. That's why I was just telling you probably like to come to the body.
It's free. Okay. So this is the last one. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
ورحمة الله وبركاته. إنه من دواعي السرور أن احنا نلتقي مع مركز دعوة العالمي IPCI، واليوم إن شاء الله نقدم لكم في تاريخ إن شاء الله وقت عرفة بالنسبة لمكة المكرمة، وهو 8 من ذي الحجة بهذه البلد. برنامجين إن شاء الله نعرفكم بهم. البرنامج الأول هو تعريف إخواننا في بلد ديربن الثقافة السعودية. إن شاء الله بنمثل مجموعة إن شاء الله نعرفهم على الثقافة من خلال هذه الخيمة. وبالإضافة إن شاء الله يكون لنا فرصة أن ندعو بعض من السياح إن شاء الله، أو اللي على الممشى اللي بالخلف. برنامج بسيط هو لايف جاست أجين. هذا البرنامج إن شاء الله حيوضح للسائلين مغزى الهدف من السؤال هذا، وهو من بعده إن شاء الله حيكون حوار بسيط يعرفهم بالإسلام. شكرا لتحت لنا الفرصة. هذا قاسم الحديث عن هذا البرنامج إن شاء الله، يعطيكم فرصة تعرف عليه.
كما ذكر الأخ زكي رئيس مجموعتنا المبارك إن شاء الله والإخوان الأفاضل، إنه إحنا جايين هنا طبعا إقامة الخيمة هذه جزء من النشاط والفعاليات اللي كانت في IPCI سنتر. هنا الغرض إنه إحنا نعرض بعض الثقافة السعودية، أيضا نتكلم ولو بعرض بسيط أو صورة مبسطة للإسلام، وندعو بطريقتنا من نستطيع أن ندعو إلى الإسلام. أيضا نعرض في جزء من الخيمة بعض الكتيبات والمنشورات التي توضح بعض مفاهيم ومبادئ الإسلام للسياح، كما ذكر الأخ زكي، والمارة على الطريق من معتادي الساحل والبحر. فلعل الله يهدي من يشاء.
شكرا.
أفا وين معمين؟
السلام عليكم. هذا الانترودكشن تسوونه مع أي واحد يحاولونه جنبي، تفضل اثنين مع بعض، اثنين مع بعض البداية، بعدين بخليكم كل واحد واحد. اليوم جو من أحد نسويها هذا الكلام. اليوم النظام هذا يستارت بالسكين ستايل وصلهم الزمان يستقيم، بعدين سيس تحاول تقول له والله ولا ما فرق الشكوك. Then you're going to chat with him within 2-3 minutes until you reach to this. تعال محمد. You're going to use Gorab. Gorab is very simple technique that you can attract non-Muslim. First of all, if he's going to be questioned, as shows here, go يعني معناته God existence. If he believes that there is a God existence, معناته إنه you pass this. If he believes in that, you go to once. في ناس ما عندهم مبدأ هذا أو الإسلام، هو الوحيد اللي عنده مؤسس، لكن في أكيد إنه في إله لابد نتبع له. ما بعد revelation اللي هي رسالة من الجاد هذا. If you translate to him that every God has to have translation, for sure he's going to listen to your next part.
At the end, we're going to talk to him about the future, which is هذا التارجت حقه. And you say that Islam has one prophet called Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Within 5 minutes. You go together أساس comprises. أساس وإيش؟ يعني كل واحد يدعم الثاني بالكلام.
الله وبركاته. نحن هنا في جنوب افريقيا في ديربن. نعرض يعني صوره بسيطه عن الثقافه السعوديه لنجذب الناس، واحنا عندنا 2 أو 3 ساعات مؤقته يعني هنا فقط، 3 أيام اخرى نزور كذا مكان ان شاء الله. بس القضيه مو انك تدخل الناس الاسلام، ندري ان هناك دعاء افضل منه في الشريعه وفصول الفقه في امور الدين، القضيه قضيه معامله، لازم كل البشر في الدنيا مع التواصل الاجتماعي الان مع العالم صار كله قريه واحده، انت لازم تضع بصمه بسيطه، ندري احنا مقصرين في ديننا وفي تعاملنا مع الاخرين، مو احنا لسنا كاملين، لكن اذا وضعت شيء هذا يفيدك سبحان الله تعالى، زي الزكاه والصدقه، هذا زي العلم ينتفع به، من يهدي الله بك رجل واحد خير من حمر النعم، الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول سيدنا علي، ونعلم من هو الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم ومن هو علي رضي الله عنه، فالقضيه احنا هنا يعني بس نضع نجذبهم بالثقافه او الكالتشر السعودي.
السلام عليكم.
واخواننا في السلام يعني they support us our team leader our brother Zaki Al Jawhar, he will continue and give you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It's my pleasure to join a team with IPCI. Our mission today is to show a logo with the name of Is Life a Game? Or Life تعرف شو هي؟
Is life a game? Just
I will show you just the first of all my colleague Khalid and my colleague Basil. We will address today 2 missions. One of the mission is to show people the culture program for Saudi Arabia. In addition, we're going to do a Dawah street with a logo names Life Just a Game. Is the life just a game? We're going to question people and we're going to make a dialogue with them until they reach to the conclusion what is Islam. And I will give for me a little bit describing the logo with my colleague Basil. We'd like to show.
Yes, just when I was coming out of the hotel, I met a family coming from Victoria, I think, and they asked them to join us to the tent here, and they came, and we have some discussion about Islam, and we have even given them something from the booklets and the pictures that we have here, and they went back with an idea that Islam is one of the best religions, if not the best religion in the world. And this is one of our mission. It's not to just divert or just convert people to Islam, but to give a picture of Islam, a true image of Islam. And this is one of our aims here.
Have you heard about Saudi Arabia before? No? No? Really?
There's a couple tent over there, you can learn a lot about
We are from the Middle East. Have you heard about the Middle East before? No.
Syria, Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to know,
There's special coffee. You need coffee, you need food, and some fruits. So you can join us.
I think I like you.
Yeah?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah?
You have time.
Now? Yeah, okay, so take this with you. Yeah, we're waiting for you. Okay, we are just sitting down. Thanks a lot. Bye.